I want to thank today's sponsor of the Locker Room, the Dough Garden. Listen, Coach Young is recommending that you go and get your tasty treats. You have sourdough bread, you have cinnamon rolls, plus much more. Click the QR code and go and place your order. And let the Dough Garden know that Coach Young sent you. Also, you got the ability to get party packs. Once again, I want to thank the Dough Garden for sponsoring the Locker Room.
Yeah. You know what time it is. Welcome back to the Locker Room with Coach Young. Tape up the ankles, clean up the floor. Game plan ready, we came for more. Down in the room where the real ones speak. Film on the wall and the whole team eat. The Locker Room. The Locker Room. Bring the grease, bring the fight. Coach Young in the mix, and we set tonight.
What is going on, everybody? This is your friendly neighborhood coach, and this is the next installment of the Locker Room. I am here on Agua High School campus to meet with head football coach Manny James. And I'm here to talk to him about what his expectations are of this upcoming season, what athletes that he's looking forward to coaching, some of his pitfalls, trials, and tribulations when it comes to coaching a program, and also any advice that he would be able to give to a student athlete to make them better on and off the field. So if you're ready to travel with me, let's step into the Locker Room. All right, I am here with defensive coordinator, Coach Anthony Wright. Coach, let me ask you a question. You being the defensive coordinator here at Agua Fria, what are some of the challenges that you see in terms of putting your defense in and getting these guys prepared this year?
So last year we were super senior heavy. So we graduated a ton of guys. So this year we're young, but we got a lot of hungry guys out there ready to go. And so it's just getting them ready to learn the plays, getting them to fly around fast, and do what they got to do to make sure that they can stand out there on the field.
Okay. So next question is, what are some of your expectations for this defense this year? What are you looking for them to accomplish this year? What are some of their goals?
I expect us to fly around. Like I said, I want these kids to have fun, but I expect us to be in games defensively, right? Turnovers and takeaways is the name of the game. And so these guys are coming in more football savvy because it's the second year in. They know the system and they've advanced it very well. And so I'm expecting a lot of great things this year.
Okay, so bonus question. I'm going to ask this now. Your first home game is against Tolleson, the Red River Rock rivalry. I know it very well. So in your mind, how are you preparing these young men to understand the significance of the Red River Rock rivalry?
Like you said, right? A lot has been built up in this game, and not much needs to be said. A lot of these kids, they know about it, not as deep, but they've been in it, and so they're real amped here for this game. I'm amped. I'm fired up. Knowing the history, we spoke about the history of the Rock, and so it just brings more of the tradition here, and that's what we want to make sure that we keep here is that tradition of this rich history, this rich rivalry, and making sure that we give the fans something to see here.
Okay. One last question. If there's any advice that you can give to a young athlete, whether it's here at Agua Fria or those that may see this, a young kid that might be getting himself prepared or a young lady that might be getting himself prepared, what advice as a coach would you have for them? And then a follow-up question is, what advice would you have for a young coach that's starting out, some of the strategies that you use to get to this point in your career?
That's a good question. So for the players, our motto here this year is standard over feelings. And so that standard that we set and we all sat down and wrote the standards out. Those have to go through no matter how you're feeling, right? Up, down, good, bad, or indifferent. That standard's going to stick, and we're going to go through that and live through that every day in practice. And for those young coaches who want to get in the game, don't run away from coaching. Mike T said it best, right? Coaches coach. If every player knew what they knew everything, they wouldn't need coaches. And so I do believe that, and I stand on that. Coaches need to coach. Yeah.
Well, good luck this season, Coach Wright. I appreciate you letting me come out here and hang out with you guys and seeing how Agua Fria is getting themselves prepared. And I will be back for the Red River Rock rivalry. I promise you.
Yes,
appreciate your time.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm here with the head coach, Manny James, with the Agua Fria High School football team. Coach, I appreciate you letting me come out here. I just got a few questions for you. Number one, what is your expectation this year of these kids that are coming out and your expectation on the football season?
Our biggest expectation would be trying to just improve on the things that we didn't do well last year. We've identified them. We've been working honestly since February to try and fix those things and just become more football players, more complete football players.
Okay. And what are some of the pitfalls and some of the trials and tribulations that you had to go through in being a head coach here at Agua Fria, starting over, getting everybody acclimated to our football? What has been some of your ups and downs?
No, it's quite a few. One major thing I would say was I thought everyone knew the history of Agua Fria, but that's not the case. Even the students attending here, so I kind of had to teach them some history lessons of how rich the history is here, and try and get them to have pride in being an Al because, I mean, honestly, there's no greater place to be on the West Side if we're talking about history. And then, for me personally, um, it's a lot less coaching when you're a head coach. A lot more administrative work. So you do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, less of the face to face coaching. So that's been an adjustment.
Okay. So I gotta ask you, your first home game is Tolleson High School, the Red River Rock rivalry, one of the oldest rivalries in the West Valley. On your mind, what are you doing to prepare these kids so that they understand the magnitude of the Red River Rock rivalry?
I think it starts with that history, like I was saying. Letting them know how huge this thing is. But that's all we've been working on. Since we started working is beating those guys down the road and what we need to do to prepare for that. So just placing importance on it, but making sure we're football ready to be able to compete with these guys.
Okay, and one last question. What advice would you give to a student or a young person, male or female, that's trying to excel in sports? And the next question after that is, what would you say to a young coach who's trying to get into coaching? And what advice would you give to them, seeing as the road that you travel?
So for the young athlete, I would say don't let anyone outwork you. If however much work you think you're doing, there's someone doing more. So you can always be digging a little bit deeper. And then when it comes to the young aspiring head coach, right, I would say don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. There's no job that's above you. I've done everything as a head coach, right, and I did everything leading up to being a head coach. I believe in servant leadership, so anything I ask my guys to do, they've seen me do it, so they should have no issue doing it.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Like I said, your first home game is the Red River Rock rivalry. I will be here. I will be here front and center to watch that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Good luck this season. I will see you again. Thank you very much.
Yes.
As you can see, the young men and the coaches are working really hard to get themselves prepared for this upcoming season. Their first home game is against Tolleson High School, the River Rock rivalry, one of the oldest rivalries in the West Valley, and I'm going to be here for that. Thank you again to Coach James for allowing me to come out and hang out and see their hard work. Special shout out to the athletic director, Joshua Giovanelli, and the principal, Autumn Daniels. Thank you for allowing me to come out here and showcase these kids in the West Valley. And always remember, everyone is welcome in the locker room. Are you an athletic director here in the West Valley? Well, listen, I want to talk to you. Do you have any student athletes that stand out that you want to be on a local podcast? Well, guess what? I got the answer for you. My name is Coach Young. I've been a coach in this West Valley for over 20 years, but now I'm launching the Locker Room. The Locker Room is a podcast that will showcase and highlight your student athlete and even some of your more outstanding coaches. It will debut on YouTube. So I'm telling you right now, if you want me to come to any of your games, interview any of your student athletes and your coaches, contact me.
You can call Coach at 657-773-5283, or you can email him at coachyoung3434@gmail.com. Or you can go to thelockerroom34.com.
And like I will always say, everybody is welcome in the locker room.